I don't know which way I'm supposed to turn. Hi, I'm Patty McGarrahan from the Mind's Eye show, and I want to welcome today Suzanne and Zaya, their mother and daughter, and they do a lot of stuff together, so we decided to bring them on together today.
Well, thank you for having us.
Oh, thank you so much for coming. And you know I studied on your last name.
That's okay.
Yeah. I know yours is Clark because it's easy, right?
Mine's Kangiser.
Excellent. So I thank you so much. You've been on before, but this is your first time coming to play with us. And I'm so excited to have you here today. So Suzanne does readings all the time at different shows and stuff like that with me.
I do.
And
it's so much fun.
Yeah, we do have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of fun. So tell us a little bit of some of the stuff that you're doing.
So obviously, like Patty just said, I do shows with her. That's always a good time. We go to the different restaurants and I meet a lot of interesting people. And that has helped put my career as a tarot card reader, and I also do pendulum work. I'm big in time into astrology. I do work with runes. I do work with other side stuff also, and that has pushed my career, actually a nice push, where I'm able to do it outside of, you know, what we do. And so I have a great time, and I do a lot of things with my daughter Zaya. And we do tarot parties. That's something that we've been doing and having a really good time doing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we go to, so what I've been doing, this is just something that I did for the winter. I did this thing where if you book a party, you know, I do like a 15-minute read for like $20 per.
You can't name prices or anything.
Oh, I apologize.
Okay.
If you book a party, then I will give you a reading for yourself, a nice full one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
beautiful.
beautiful.
And then, yeah, we come back and we do that. And we do other things. We did one very recently where she had us do a few things extra. So that we had a really
good time.
Yeah,
that's what's so good about this work. It's not only are you helping people, not only are you teaching people, but it's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah.
So I've known Zaya since she was a kid.
Yeah.
We were just talking about, we had a fire ceremony at one of the private beaches down in Westerly. And I didn't tell anybody, but I didn't usually have a theme. We usually always had people that wanted to bring things that they wanted to release to throw in the fire. But we did it for, I was doing like Egyptian and Greek goddesses, and Zaya wore a dress and came strolling on the beach looking like a goddess. And everybody thought that I got her to dress up that way for the activity.
And it was just like a coincidence type thing, right?
Yeah. Nobody on the beach knew I was doing that.
And it was nighttime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
Yep.
It was beautiful.
It was.
And the other thing I got to say that with Zaya too, I had a Christmas party and I wanted to do a giveaway of a book that I wrote. And it was called Colin's Crystal, and we were giving it away. Colin was giving them away as Christmas presents at the Christmas party, and Zaya did the artwork for us.
I remember that.
And it was beautiful. And Colin turned around, and after he got done giving them all out, he did the shake thing, and he goes, "Does anybody need me to sign the book?" I thought that was beautiful.
That's really
I thought
cute.
it was so cute, but
Really
everybody
cute.
loved the artwork and everything. You did a really good job. So Zaya, now that I've told stories about you, what's some of the stuff that you're doing besides readings? You're doing a few other things.
So during the tarot parties with my mom and myself, obviously, I've been doing some energy clearing, some cleansing just in general, as far as spirits and things that are a little uncomfortable for people. So we're just removing that from the space. I've been doing some medium work, which has been really nice. Connecting with people's loved ones or pets, which is super cute, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't
I
think
like the
of
pets the best.
You don't think seeing a
they
little
seem
spirit
to get more
animal.
excited over those, some
They're
of
so
them.
cute. They're so cute.
Or they also love it when Grandma comes through with the cat
Yep.
or the dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Too. It's beautiful.
Yeah. It is nice to give
Absolutely
people that
beautiful.
connection. though.
Yes.
But I mean, we've been both kind of doing similar things as far as that. I mean, I also do tarot and pendulum work as well. But yeah, I mean, it's been pretty consistent and
Yes.
really good.
Yeah, we do we do a lot of the same, and then we branch off into very different things where her strengths are, I don't want to call mine weaknesses, they're just not as strong. And where my strengths are, she's does a little bit not as strong either. So we fit really well together.
Isn't that fabulous?
It really is. And the fact is that if she's struggling, say to come up with a thought or something, I can feel it, and I can just go right in, and and vice versa. Because I'll say, when you see something and another person that you might be reading for, they can't see what you see, and you're trying to explain it. She can come right in and help me out, or like I said, vice versa.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
I had my oldest child had the ability to see death. That was scary, and I had to help her close her down.
Yeah.
Actually, did you have that too?
I remember you telling me about it. I never had to close it down. Thanks to you, I was able to get to a point where I was more comfortable with
Good for
things
you,
like
good for
that.
you.
And yeah.
remember that.
She was 7
Yeah.
years old when it was,
I was
really bad.
yeah,
and
not 7.
I had an astrologer that said to me, "Your oldest daughter is going to need to be closed down when she's about 7, because she's going to see a little bit too much detail of death."
Yeah.
And we thought for years that she thought the hospital meant death.
Yeah.
But we found out afterwards that she was just right every time.
Yeah.
And then my father, I always tell the story with my father, he had a heart attack, and she asked him the day before for his pipe, so she'd have something to remember him about. You remember that story?
I do remember this story.
Well, at the end of the whole thing, after days of this, and I had a cough, so they didn't want me to go in there because he had his breast plate, cut.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because all of a sudden I came home. I bought the stockings to go up there. We were doing, the goodbyes with the minister and all that kind of stuff. And I look at the pipes in a snowman's mouth. And I said to her, "What's the matter?" He said, they decided that he was going to spend some more time down here. They
good.
decided.
Yeah.
She was 7 years old. But I had to put her down because at first she was just getting immediate family. And of course when it happened, it was just like deaths and stuff going on. But then she started getting everybody she could feel. So. And this woman, I wish I could remember her name. She's passed now. But she was so fabulous. She gave me her home number, pre-cell phones and stuff. She gave me her home number, and she said, "When you're ready to close her down, let me know." She actually stood on the phone with me and had me do like a little ceremony thing when she was asleep. Like she was on the top bunk, and I held her ankle and did a thing, and it worked. And then at 23, she said, "Open me up." I helped her open up. And then it came too fast, and she closed it down again. But now she prefers the earthbound spirits and clearings, sending them up.
Well, she started, I remember the first time that she told me that she knew something. I remember her coming to me, and, well, actually wouldn't be the first time, but the first time that she was actually on this earth, and she told me that her grandmother was going to die, and at the time her grandmother was 54, and
So you wouldn't expect that at all.
and not not in the hospital, nothing wrong. And I said, "Well, she's going to die, like one day." And she said, "Nope, she's going to die." She said, I believe she said something like 2 weeks. She gave me like a time, and she did. She actually died on my birthday.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and she died in her sleep. And then it kept happening, and she kept telling me people, and then she used to say, if, she was probably, I'm sorry, Zaya, how old were you when Grandma died? When your grandma died?
10.
10?
10.
So she would come to me and she'd say, "See that lady right there?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." She goes, "She has problems with her feet, and if she just did this, and she needs to tell her doctor." She was diagnosing constantly. But Patty, I'm just going to throw a quick little story in, if nobody minds. It's a story about us. When I was pregnant with Zaya, she was due 11 days after her actual birth, which would have made her a Leo, by the way, but she's not. And she was born on July 16th, and on July 15th, when I went to bed, the night of the 15th, I had a dream of the whole day of the 16th. And when I woke up, and it was actually the 16th, everything that I saw and heard and experienced on the 16th, I had already been shown. I mean, I could tell what somebody was going to say, what I was going to eat for breakfast, what I was going to wear, who was coming down my driveway. It was, and I was going, what is going on here? And then I stopped myself for a second, and I'm like, how come I know all of this? And then she took me through to the second of her birth, and at delivery, boom, she stopped. And I do believe that is because of my 3 children. She's my middle one. I do believe that she did that because she was the only one I didn't know the sex of, and I didn't want to know. And so as in my dream, as she was being birthed, I could never see what she was. And
that's fabulous.
so
That's
as
cool.
I was going through my day of everything that was going on, I knew that in a couple of hours I was going to go into labor. Well, like I said, it's 11 days early. And that's exactly what happened. And the way I went to the hospital is exactly, I mean, exactly second for
crazy?
second from the day from the second I woke up till I birthed her.
My middle daughter fights for all this, and she is good, but she doesn't. She's a corporate girl, and she likes to be on the left side of the brain. But when I opened up the Mind's Eye, I advertised it with free readings, and we were laughing so hard because I advertised it, but forgot I was hostess. So my daughter comes in, and I said, "You're going in the back room and doing readings," and everybody loved her. She was so good, but she was good because she didn't know ahead of time. She was one of those that did panic attacks for tests, big tests, and even though she knew her stuff, but because she didn't know, and she did readings. And then she had a friend that was like, when it didn't come out what they wanted, the friend was kind of nasty to her, and she just said, "Oh, it's not for me," you know, and didn't.
That's tough.
The third daughter, the third child, she could read like unbelievable at 17, but what happened to her is she didn't close down. She went to the store after she did a girlfriend a reading on the phone, and when she went to the store, she saw all the earth spirits and stuff, and it freaked her the heck out. Did you have something like that happen?
It never shuts off.
All the time.
Never shuts off.
It never shuts off.
So she shut herself off. And then when she, like what happened with you when you were pregnant with her, when she got pregnant with Colin, everything started opening up incredibly.
Oh, I bet it did.
I
bet it did.
Big time. Everything opened up. And the last, she's passed, but the last 2 years of her life, 3 years of her life, she was working at the Mind's Eye. And her mediumship went from like, she thought the mediumship went from here to up here. And you know, when I'm doing mediumship, I got to tell a story. The first time I did one of the churches, they didn't have their church ready, so they just had a online virtual, and I don't like electronics, so I was nervous wreck, right? So they started playing a song, and it's a song I've heard a million times, but all of a sudden I had one tear coming down, and I don't have that emotionalist being AAA. I don't have that normally, and all of a sudden I felt my hand being squeezed, and I looked up, and it was my daughter squeezing my hand. And then she opened my hand. She put the hand of a young lady, blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl, and she said she died in a car accident when she was 25. She needs to get a message to her mother. And her mother was the one that ran the service. And she got to have a message, and when she sent me the check, it had, "Thank you so much" on it, you know. Because it was, it was, but it was so beautiful because I've only felt people that have passed once. I did a big graduation party for my nephew because my brother had passed, and I needed to give him what he would have done for him. And my parents, the next morning, the 2 nephews are thanking me, and they got me in tears. I let the dogs out. I go to the bedroom, and I get 2 hugs. I get hugs from my mother and father.
sweet.
That's the only other time I felt it. Do you guys feel them.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
All the
I
time,
can't.
yeah.
I don't physically feel
Yeah.
their hugs and
Yeah.
stuff, other than in my sleep.
Yeah.
Then I feel them.
Yeah.
But you guys get to feel them.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
oh, nice.
Yep.
Good for
Hugs,
you.
touches, hand
Yeah,
holding,
touching, yeah.
hair a
Hair
lot.
all the
They love to
time.
touch my hair.
Yep, mine's hair
Please
too.
don't touch
I
my
get
hair.
the brush and the goosebumps when they
Yeah.
try to release the
Yeah,
oxytocin.
it's cold. It's so cold.
Yeah. Yes.
But
They
I get
talk
that.
in my, they talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they
Yeah.
talk in my head.
Yeah,
Yep.
they talk in my
Yes.
ear too.
Oh,
Yeah.
do they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yep.
had my grandmother actually gave me an earache one time. She didn't shut up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't paying
Yeah.
attention.
Oh.
So she
Yeah.
just went.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
want to share with what just happened with you, how yours just leveled up to after your dad passed?
Oh, sure.
This is very recent.
So my father passed not 2 months ago, but after it was really weird actually. After he passed, I didn't see it coming. I didn't feel it coming, but I've been going through a series of extremely large and life-changing things. So I felt, pretty blindsided by it, just like everybody else. It was pretty sudden. But after he passed, pretty much like holding his hand in the hospital as his spirit is leaving, for whatever reason, it was like I could see everything before, but it was like putting on the clearest of glasses.
Oh, wow.
Like I could see everything. Like there's nothing that doesn't have, and I know this is, whatever, but there's nothing that doesn't have like something to it. Like
Right.
you can see the energy, you can see the vibrations, you can see deeper things than I've ever been able to see. I've been able to meet not only loved ones, but people from different realms, different times, different
Nice.
spaces, things like that.
that's exciting.
And, yeah, it's exciting because you can see other things too, things that like we talk about in like fairy tales as close as I can get, but those things exist just in different ways. Like for examples, like people are like, oh, fairies. Well, fairies are real. I swear to God, fairies are real. They are real.
I thought it was nuts, and then I had a couple of incidents.
Exactly,
Yeah.
just not. Well, I see him playing with my cat. There's one that lives in the house, and it's like nipping at my cat's ears constant, and I can see it. And it's bizarre because it doesn't look anything like what we have, or what we have
Gotta go to
portrayed.
Ireland and go into the fairy circle.
No thanks.
The
No thanks. I'm good. I see what they do to my cats. I'm good.
no, actually, what they have done is the Catholic Church plowed through and tried to build a church because they didn't like the people that were honoring the fairies.
Just like on Native
And
American burial grounds.
And every time the third wall would come up, the wall would
Yeah.
fall.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And the farmers are so beautiful with them and
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and righteous
Yeah.
with them. It wasn't something that I thought because I didn't feel a connection to fairies because
Yep.
I didn't see them.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you something, it just opened my heart so much. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, it's definitely something humbling because you realize that just being here, I mean, it's we're all just messengers, we're all essentially mail people, just getting the word out, helping people. And if I can see something and help you, then I will absolutely walk up to you like a weirdo and just be like, hey, I know you don't know me, but you should probably get your heart checked, or something. Like, you should help people. You should,
Yep.
use it for that. And I feel like we pretty much do,
I think
but
so too.
yeah, after that passing, things have just been.
And you want to hear something crazy? The synchronicity of things. I actually
Yeah.
ran into your mother in the store who was checking with you to
Yeah.
see, knowing that your father was crossing over.
At the exact minute.
The exact minute.
At
I
the
was
exact minute.
hanging with her, talking
I
about
remember
the
you
show.
say that,
Isn't
yeah.
that weird?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love the synchronicities of
Yep.
it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the stuff and what we were doing, and it was very incredible.
Yeah.
It was very incredible.
Yeah.
The whole thing. And then when she asked you, I was doing a phone reading, so I wasn't able to answer you, and then I forgot about it for a little while, and I turned around. I never have a problem with you,
Yeah.
coming here too. And the fairy thing, one other quick thing is Colin, his angel that he was working with
Yep.
was
I
very
remember.
small, and I
Yes.
kept saying, I think it's a fairy. in my head. And the angel turned around and said, "Look at my wings. It's an angel wing." So I said, "Oh, okay." And then it was so funny because Colin was in the car and he was mad that I got to see his angel and he didn't get to see it.
I know this story. Yeah.
And it was like so weird because it was snowing and we had gone to Build-A-Bear. And it was snowing out with the lights when we were coming home. And I said, "I could be just orbs, honey." He said, she told me to tell you. She just turned around and showed me her wings.
That's cute.
So the cocky angel was had him a little cocky too.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his connection with that too. It was just so beautiful because he was very young, and right after he got to meet his angel and got his wish. Right after, we went to the food court, and they were a husband and wife searching for garbage, and he begged me to buy them dinners, and we did. I let him go deliver them.
Really sweet.
You know, and they just,
What a nice story.
Yeah. It's fabulous when you have that energy. He's now 13, so we could be a little fresh. So it's a little different now, but just a little bit. He's still my boy. He's who I'm going to Italy with, so he's still my boy.
That's sweet.
That's really fun. So it's cool. But that is a fabulous story that happened, that it opened you up so much.
Yeah, definitely.
Because and I got to tell you myself, like when Amanda passed, my husband passed, and then Amanda passed 2 years later, so it was quite a lot. And I got to tell you, when she passed, I had to get her to ask permission to come to the shop because I don't want to be doing a development circle, and have it all about my family.
Yeah.
And she used to go to them, so she talked to everybody. Yeah. But I was doing this like messages from heaven type of thing at my shop, and she asked me if she could come. And the stuff that happens is just, we can't make this stuff up. This woman came, she gave a little bit of a message to somebody, and I could tell it was her coming out of my mouth, because I have a few more filters now that I'm older. I didn't when I was her age, but I could filter things a little softer. And it was definitely, I felt that was coming from her. And this lady who was a realtor and had to leave at 2:30, I made sure she got in before she had to leave. And all of a sudden, I was doing the reading, and I knew the whole reading was Amanda talking.
Really
and the
nice.
woman left, and the following Monday, she sent me an email that, come to find out, she was a client of Amanda's. She was a regular client and couldn't find her. Colin had the phone, but didn't have it on and working, so she was calling and still getting her voicemail and couldn't understand why she couldn't get a hold of her.
Yeah.
She had met me once, but did not know the mind's eye, any of that kind of stuff. And something drew her to go there that day. And she got the whole message from my daughter. It wasn't my voice. It wasn't me at all.
That's really beautiful.
And I just said, "Wow, that's strange." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do like that even things still like surprised me. People.
Isn't that beautiful?
I still love that. I mean, it's been years of this, and I'm like, wow, that's my favorite part. So when I do a reading, and not so much the reading itself, but when there's something that's so big and special in it, and I'm just like, that's the favorite part of the reading, when I'm surprised by something. That's the best. Yeah.
And do you know how I met Suzanna? It was you were having Daisy and I do readings at your salon back. Just 100 years ago.
Yep, that's true.
Just 100 years ago.
Yep, that's true. Actually, I knew Daisy before that.
Yes.
Yeah,
but Daisy doesn't like the group stuff, so she kind of drags me along.
Yeah. And then I took a couple of your classes, actually.
Actually, you did.
And I always had so much fun.
You do have fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got to tell you, I was actually, because I'm doing so much virtual, I was thinking about giving up the overhead, especially since COVID and everything's going on.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it didn't hit me until 2023, because I forgot I lost some of the people that worked out of there.
Yeah.
So I turned around and I said, "Oh, maybe I'll go virtual." But I have so much fun up there.
Yeah, well, you know, it's hard.
I'd be sad.
Yeah. You know, it's hard too. It just reminds me of a time I was taking a palmistry class at the Mind's Eye.
With Jeremy?
With Jeremy, and it was a lot of people there that day. And I remember he had us lined up, so we were lined like like this, and I lined up with I was actually a couple, and I turned. He's like, okay, everybody, you're gonna take your person's hand, you're gonna take a look at him. So I had this woman, and her husband was here, and so I took her hands, and all of a sudden I looked at her, and it had anything to do with palmistry, and I'm like, are you having stomach issues? And she's like, I am. I'm like, oh, what's wrong with your back? I can feel it. And I'm like, oh God, did you just bang your head like a few days ago? Like, it was just that she's like, she grabbed her hands and she pulled them away. And she's like, you're starting to freak me out. I never got to read her palms, but I'm reading a whole bunch of other stuff. I think
when you touch people.
Yeah, when I touch people,
Yeah.
I can feel their
intense.
ailments or,
Yeah, I don't feel their ailments. I kind of like put a wall against that. Do you know what I mean? I just have done that. I've just stayed completely out of the medical world.
yeah, but I'm
much.
the ruler of the sixth house, so sixth house is
Yeah,
health.
I'm not.
So yeah,
I tend to not go there.
Yeah.
But everything else
I
I
can't
hit.
kind of help it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so I can't believe it's only a couple of minutes left. So I just, both of you're off of your mom's Facebook page. What Facebook if people want to touch base with you?
The Facebook's under my name. However, you can also reach me at muggle913 at Gmail. That's
Okay.
another way to reach me too.
Okay, and say how to spell your name.
It's my first name. Or
Yeah,
it's Suzanna. It's Suzanna. Last name is Kangiser. Susanna Kangiser.
I mess this up on a regular
That's okay.
basis, so
That's okay.
that's why I wanted
And
you to
Zaya.
say it. And Zaya
Yeah.
is on that one
Yes.
too.
Yep.
Yeah. So just to let you know, and I am so excited that you've been here. We do have a couple more minutes. So did either of you have any other stories? Because we could talk the whole day.
A lot of stories, yeah. Jeez. I actually have one.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So this was many moons ago, actually shortly before I met you, funny enough. We were at the Gatsby Day Parade, the festival.
Gatsby Day
We were at
Parade,
the
yeah,
Gatsby
been there
Day
many
Festival.
times.
Yep. And we went to this one booth, and I was walking around, and I was with whoever I was with at the time. I have no idea, probably friends, whatnot. And so she's at this one booth, and she's looking at a bunch of stuff. And there's this, lovely woman she's talking to, and she's chat. And I walk up, and I kind of look at the woman, and she's, still talking, and she's introducing me, and all of a sudden, I just kind of get a bunch of information, and it turns out this woman's daughter had passed very
Isn't
young.
that beautiful? Yeah.
Very young. And so I'm telling the woman, and her daughter's right there, and I'm describing the daughter, and there's nothing being said prior to this. I don't know the daughter's passed. I don't know what she looks like. I don't even know her name. And so I'm describing her, telling, the mom all about her, and I tell her her name and, whatnot. And all of a sudden, the daughter shows me how she passed, which was one of the most intense encounters I've ever had, because it was telling somebody's mother that their child is again, so it was
I just want to thank you quick for coming, because we are running out of time.
I'm so sorry.
No, don't be sorry. That story is very important, so don't be sorry. I'm glad you had that story.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, not a problem at all. And thank you
it.
so much for coming and playing with me.
Thank you.
Yes, you guys can come out to eat with me, but I know usually the man wants to go home, right? Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome so much. So you can come play with me.
Great.
You get to be on the grand finale.